all the benevolent beings of light, archangels, and ascended masters to guide and inspire us during this forum. Our forum's vision is to bring the understanding, tools, discipline, and support for those seeking to enter the straight and narrow path, the road less traveled, that will lead us along effectively and steadily through the ascension process. Integration of the human experience with our divine origin is moving us full circle to achieve our divine potential. So be it. Amen.
Prayer is sitting in the silence until it silences us, choosing gratitude until we are grateful, and praising God until we ourselves are the act of praise. Absolutely stunning. Ears ringing. Why? The video did a really good job. It went through the 12 different areas that would indicate to you what's going on. So let me break it down and simplify it a bit. For most of you that's on this call, you're going to find that it more so has to do with the awakening of your higher spiritual abilities, your third eye and your Kundalini moving up your spine. Many of us have ringing that's not all the time. And some of us have had ringing in our ears since we've been a child. It all depends on where you're at when you come in, where you're going along the journey, and how quickly you had written in your script to start your climb up that ladder to become your potential. As a little girl, I was a screaming maniac with earaches from the time I can remember. And it was so painful. In addition to so loud that I kept saying to my mother, I think the angels are screaming something at me and I don't understand them. And she didn't appreciate that. There is a remarkable transformation going on inside each one of you. You don't have to necessarily know what it is, when it started, where it's going. Just make up your mind what you want. If you want to become your potential, start working at it each day. Live your life. Go out in the world like a great adventurer and see what God is going to bring you. Who is going to come into your life today? Who are you going to speak to? What are they going to say? Get excited. Look for the joy. And when things are not so joyous, when you break a big pot of your food that you just made, look at it as a sign from the universe. Allow yourself to feel the feelings that come up. Remember, the only way, and Dolores Cannon's people, her students that are giving us these lessons, they know, and they say it every video, if we want to be our potential, we have to let go of the things that hold us back. All of the feelings that were hurt, all of the anger that we never really dealt with, we just pushed it down and said, I don't want to think about it. All of this has to be released for your own joy to become full. So I'm going to go down the categories and see what I want to talk about. This thing about the good fortune. Well, let me tell you, everything that comes into your life is good fortune. If it's going to bring you joy, it's good fortune. If it's going to bring you pain so that you can release it, it's good fortune. That's how I look at it. I don't label things because it just needs to be. Whatever it is, however it expresses through you, it's meant to be. But yes, I agree that it's a growth period. Everything that happens and how you react to it is what's being measured by your own higher self. They want to see how you respond or you react to whatever circumstance is brought to you. It's like a test. Can you handle this? Then you can move on and go to the next level. You're about to experience a spiritual awakening. Well, guess what? Every day of your life, something happens to bring you more information and experience in life. To me, that is the spiritual growth that she was talking about. This spiritual awakening, it can happen on a phone call. Somebody says something and triggers you wide awake. It could happen because of a circumstance that touches your heart in a way that you hadn't felt it before. This is all about your heart opening to let God enter in so that all you'll be is a channel of light. There'll be no darkness within you or around you. The connection with angels and spiritual guides. I'll tell you what, some of you have a lot of guides around you. Some of you have so many angels that love you dearly and deeply and has come with you in many, many incarnations. Expect that to be. Welcome them. Spiritual imbalance. This is a big, big issue. Spiritual imbalance. It's about the things that we have mastered and we can deal with ease and grace. But there are things that we haven't dealt with and really got it mastered. We're still struggling with them. That's the imbalance. So your higher self brings you opportunities all the time to work with the things that you need to keep working on. You don't have to worry about it. Just surrender to it. Let your life unfold. People are going to be people. They're going to do what they do. What do you do is what is important, because you're the only person that you can ever change. Shift to higher vibration. This is happening on a very big scale right now because this sun that is shining upon us is a tremendous upgrade from any level that I have seen in my lifetime, and I've been around for a while. This sun outdoes the Florida sun that I thought was blinding. This is 10 times more blinding. It's feeding you. The people that are saying that it's harming you just don't want you to grow and don't want you to have the power from that light. If you noticed in nature, everything reaches to the sun, everything, to sustain it. In the plant world, the animals know to lay in the sun. You ever have your dog do that? Lay over near the window where the light's coming in? Yeah. They know what they need. Yeah, and so do we. Big decisions to make. Isn't that an everyday thing? We have to decide if we're going to say something or we're not, if we're going to take steps to get over something we know we're having a problem with, forgiving someone who hurt us deeply. These are big decisions. But once you make them, your higher self is right on it and brings you everything you need to help you to have that experience so that you can overcome yourself. It's a big celebration. Every little step upwards is a big celebration. Celebrate yourself. Honor yourself. Give yourself the pep talk that you need to get you to the next step. Be not afraid. There's nothing out there to be afraid of. It's what we hold inside us that hurts us, that is not vibrating with us, not with our consciousness. It's time to let it go. Whatever is stressing you out, let it go. Whatever you fear most, approach it. Find out how you feel when you're with a certain person that does that to you, a circumstance that you just don't want to face. Walk right into the fire. Master it. There's nothing to fear because fear isn't real. It's actually a learned behavior. Negative energy around you, well, try to avoid that one. There's negativity everywhere. There's people grumbling away all around you. Expand your light field. Open your heart. And all you'll do is raise everyone and everything around you in that beautiful light that you are. You're not a victim of anyone or anything, unless you believe you are. Free yourself by knowing who you are, a divine being, unlimited, filled with God's light and love. That's what you are. And there is nothing more powerful than that love. No hate in the world could ever match the power of love. Never forget that. Warnings about negative energy, whether it's people or whatever. Listen, as long as you know you're not a victim of anyone or anything, it does not matter what negativity is around you. Don't seek it, but don't fear it. You see? It has to do with a lot of people in your life. There's people that are very much asleep. They're not ready to wake up yet. But what they say, because they're in such fear to wake up, it brings your energy down. It does, because you get upset when you hear some of the things that are being said. You might want to step back from that. You can send love to them, blessings, but don't be involved in it. It's not healthy for you. At work, there always is going to be people that is going to bring you a big concern. However, when you're not with them, you can send them light. You can ask for forgiveness. Perhaps there is some karma there that's causing them to come after you like that. Just send light and say in your heart, I forgive you. And mean it. It's really a powerful exercise, a grace and goodness for you and for them. Electronic interference. This is everywhere. And honestly, as you raise up in frequency, you're actually going to raise above this 3D, 4D experience and be outside it. But I do suggest that if you are getting headaches, If you're finding that you're spending too much time on your phone or on your computer and your eyes are bothering you, etc., step away and spend less time on these things. I know at work, if you're working on a computer, you really have little choice. You really do. So you say a prayer and surround yourself with your light, expand your light out, do the things that you can do to bring yourself more peace and comfort in your fields. You can do this. Ask for assistance from on high to bring you a shield of light to block it. And there are some devices, I don't know personally, I don't use any of them. I use the higher teachings to work things through. But if there is technology that you can get to help you, like the glasses that blocks the rays and so on and so forth, try it and see if it helps you if you're having headaches or pain in the temples or your eyes are bothering you a lot. It's mostly about what it's doing to our eyes, all of these electronics. If you have a TV like my daughter's family that fills the whole wall and they're in a small room, the radiation around those TVs are unbelievably painful and detrimental. If you do have a TV like that, please keep a distance from it. Have it, your chair as far away as you can without, of course, not being able to see it well. But there's a lot of radiation. Also, I understand that the panels that people put on their homes to use the solar panels is putting a terrible, terrible radioactive type of field around it that is it breaks down your fields and your physical structure. So I hope that none of you have those panels, to tell you the truth. The Kundalini awakening, it is happening and it's moving up your spine. And when it hits the pineal gland, that's when you have the most unbelievable experience of your life. It's like fireworks when it hits. I was in the King's chamber in Egypt in the Great Pyramid when mine hit the jackpot. And let me tell you, you're having a psychedelic experience. And then if you hold your frequency high, it won't go back down and you will be activated. In the prayer, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. That's what Jesus was talking about. The rod is your spine that it moves up, and the staff is the round piece that comes right into the pineal gland. That is your comfort. That activates your third eye. And boy, let me tell you, you can hear angels sing. You can hear voices from the other side of the great teachers and ascended masters and from the inner planes. It's a miraculous experience. All do it natural. When you force the Kundalini, you can hurt your physical self really bad, and you will have quite the recovery to try to get around that. It is like acid moving up your spine if you're not ready for this. And it's moving along the chakra system, awakening each of the chakras. So let it happen naturally, my dears. Don't be in a rush for these things to happen. It will happen. I promise. Psychic, I don't want to talk about psychic attacks. You don't have to deal with that. You just fill yourself with your light. You expand your light fields, and they can try all they want, and they can't touch you. Just keep sending love to those that hate you. Who said that? I wonder who. Clairaudience. To be able to hear on the other side. Now, to tell you the truth, there's clairaudience and there's clairsentience and all kinds of clairs. But the greatest clair is clairsentience, the knowing. You know, and you feel it in your gut. You just know. And then the next thing to develop is the vision and the audio, to be able to hear on the other side and to be able to see on the other side. But the clairsentience serves you so well here. It will warn you like absolutely you will not be able to miss it. When you have the clairsentience, you will know not to open that door. You will know not to get on that plane. You'll know not to go outside that day. You will know. And listen to your gut. It will not steer you wrong. If you feel really weird around somebody, skedoodle. Step out of their fields. You don't know what they're doing, and you don't want to. And when it shows you the peace that passes understanding, stay with it and enjoy whatever you're doing and whoever you're with. Because that's your clairsentience as well, saying, this is a friend. This is someone that you need to be with. So that was actually going through the 12. In my lifetime, I can only speak about what I know from experience. Otherwise, it's hearsay. People that teach courses that they read other people's material and they're ad-libbing it to you. It isn't real. It doesn't have any power behind it because they haven't experienced it. They're just talking about what someone else actually experienced and told them. Go out in the world and experience your life. If you're curious about something, ask your higher self for the experience. Write down a list of what you'd like to know, and you will know. That's like knocking, right? Knocking on the door, and the door shall open. Ask, and you shall receive. This is not just a saying. It's very, very real. But what is the key to open the door to that? Believing. Believing that you'll hear your own higher self. Believing that you have guides and angels around you. Believing that there is so much more to life than what we live every day here in 3D, 4D. So the ringing in your ears is part of the indicators that you're moving in your consciousness up into higher realms and frequencies. However, the body and everything that we carry inside us is holding us here. As we become a channel of light and let go of these heavy, dense energies that are stagnating, we're free. We're free. And everything changes. Your life becomes everything that you always hoped it to be. The interactions with people are so beautiful. Even if somebody's an old grouch with 3 other people in front of you, when they get to you, they can't do that. Because your light will lift them right out of that. That's who you are. And if you don't feel it in your life right now, that's who you'll be. But you must believe. That is the key. Anything that you don't believe, even if it is the answer for you, it won't happen. My husband doesn't believe in holistic medicine. So he goes conventional. And he's not happy with the results. I wonder why. But if you don't believe, I don't even bother him with it or anybody else. Because if you don't believe, It's not part of your world. Start to allow yourself not to make judgment calls like this. Don't label things good and bad. Let yourself be free. Become the grand observer, listening, watching, interacting when you feel you have something to say from your life experience, from your knowledge. Let yourself be you. And when you do that, people are really interested because you free yourself from all your fears. For those of you that can't do public speaking, let it go. Give it a shot. For those of you that are always yakking away, you don't have to carry the conversation. Why don't you listen for a little while? Rest yourself. You see, try the things that you haven't tried yet. You're going to find it's very relaxing. That you don't have the responsibilities that you thought you had. That people aren't expecting anything from you except to be you. Love the unlovable. It's a great practice. It takes a lot of guts and determination, but you can do it. Don't be afraid of growing up into your spiritual self. A lot of people are afraid of the power that you gain, but I guarantee you, your higher self watches you like a hawk and knows exactly where you're going with something and cuts you off so fast, and you'll be sitting there going, what happened? You can't be irresponsible anymore. We have to grow up into our spirituality, take chances to get to know ourselves, to stretch our spiritual muscles, to walk the straight and narrow path, and not be distracted by the drama. That's where we're at. That's who we can be. There's no limitation, only what you give it. So ears ringing. Why? Because we're evolving. We're raising in frequency. We're becoming who we really, really are. Enjoy every step and stage of it. Going out in the world and experiencing yourself everywhere you go. Make that a conscious choice to see yourself in everyone and everyone in you. There's no separation, just a body outlining your soul. But when we all go back to the highest frequency that can be reached, we all blend into a sea of light. I was taken there so I could see what it was like. It was so beautiful. But in that light, you see eyes and you know who they are because you can see into their soul. This endless journey of life. The ringing in the ears. It does get a little tedious when it doesn't stop. But if you just surrender to it and allow it to do what it does, it's part of this fine tuning into each level of consciousness, each frequency that's vibrating out there. Think of it like a radio station. You know how you're dialing in on it, trying to get it just right so you hear it as clear as possible? Well, that's what we're attempting to do. Although I agree with Loring, there is a message in it. We just are not deciphering it, but it is in our consciousness. And there's a level of us that is hearing it. So we down here in God knows what land, we don't really hear it, but it is leaving the message and moving us along. The help that we're getting is miraculous. Honestly, there is so much activity on the inner planes, preparing us for everything that's coming. Everything we were fast asleep to is already set up and ready for us to just have the curtains open. And that's what's going to happen. And in the Bible, at the very end of the book of Revelations, it speaks about how it is so beautiful and everything is so perfect when this 5D finally lands, that it's beyond the comprehension of those of us here right now watching it unfold before us. And then all of a sudden, we're going to see things and we're going to look around and go, when did that happen? Wow, look at this. Colors are going to change to a dimension of depth that we haven't seen yet. We couldn't even pick it up on our sensory system. But that's what all this is about. Everything is happening to prepare us for what's coming. And it's coming like a snowball rolling down a hill. Believe me. But boy, I'll tell you, keep up your frequency. Do your inner work. Deal with your feelings. And if you're hurting in any way, please don't hold on to it. Don't make believe you're all right. You want to take in more light than you've ever taken in before. You're going to get so light, you're going to lift off the ground. You're going to feel like you're gliding instead of walking. I'm telling you, it's true. It's true. You have unlimited potential. And now is the time for you to desire it with all your heart and soul, so that you can continue to move up and beyond the limitation of 3D and 4D. 5D is the opening, beginning doorway into the heavenly realms, and it just keeps getting better from there. So together we're working towards that. Together we are learning and coming to understand that we have nothing holding us back except ourselves. When we get distracted in the drama of 3D, we take away that time that we could have been spending working on ourselves. It doesn't always mean we're dealing with negative things that are harsh. Just sitting in the love and light that you're feeling, to hold on to that moment, that holy moment, is so precious to your soul. There's nothing, even the ringing in your ears, that distracts you from a lot of things that are going on around you. Nothing can stop what's coming forward. Nothing but you. The truth is, it's worth every minute. It is. It's worth every minute you give to your inner world. When you have a question, start practicing asking your higher self, what is this? What should I know about this? Would you please pinpoint what I need to see? And it will actually magnify in front of you. There was a contract I had to sign, but something in my gut told me something's not right here. And so I asked my higher self to show me. And it was as if the typeset got big on one section. And when I read that, I knew to get up and get out. And I did. Shockaroo on the face of the person trying to do this to me. We're not victims. And as long as you know that, Whenever a situation comes up that you could be victimized, it can't happen to you. It can't. You will be warned and you will be aware. This is how you become a master. You don't let life lead you. You lead life. Your life. Nobody else's. We have enough to do with ourselves. We're a handful, believe me. So, my beloveds, ringing in your ears, pain in your lower back, it's all part of it. Yes, if you think it's physical, go check it out. But just like Greg keeps finding every time he goes to the doctor, they have no clue what's going on. Because they can't measure this. Spirituality, the progression up the frequency levels can't be really measured in the way that that the doctors have they might have the ability, but they don't have the training. This is an inside job. Everything is for us. The outer will show it eventually, what we do inside. But you are the master of the house, and what you decide is what will be. You can tame that ego that doesn't shut up in your head by just saying no and meaning it. I want quiet. Sometimes I let it chatter for a while just to see what they're talking about in my head. And then I say, we're done. And I start my prayers, and everything is absolutely silent. Years ago, I couldn't do it because I didn't mean it. I liked all the chatter, I guess. I don't know. But the ringing in your ears is not something to be concerned about unless you've had an injury and there's something you want to find out. Is that causing the ringing? But when you do get checked and you find out it's not tinnitus, it's not any injury, it's not wax in your ears, then you know what it is. And bless it, because anything you bless will become a blessing to you.
We are deeply grateful for this forum and for Barbara. We thank those in attendance for your attention, for your wonderful questions, future topic suggestions, and stories that touched our hearts and opened our minds to new possibilities. Our collective energy has filled this forum with light and love for each other. We are so grateful that each of us brings guides and angelic beings to the forum, raising the frequency ever higher. We are grateful for the assistance, inspiration, and guidance from the benevolent beings overseeing the forum. Know we are deeply loved and richly blessed. Amen.
Have you ever experienced a mysterious ringing in your ears and wondered about its deeper meaning? Today we dive into the spiritual realm to decode the mysterious frequencies you might be hearing. While it's true that ear ringing could have medical explanations like tinnitus, and it is strongly advised to schedule a medical checkup for recent occurrences, there's also a rich spiritual dimension to consider. Often such sounds are linked to higher spiritual realms and communications from other worldly entities. Angels and spirits, for instance, are known to connect with us in this manner, with the ringing sound indicating a heightened level of spiritual awareness and a development of your spiritual faculties. In this video, we'll explore the spiritual interpretations of these ringing frequencies in your ears and what they could potentially mean for your personal growth and understanding. It's crucial to remember that although sometimes these experiences might be rooted in physical health issues, they can also be profound spiritual messages. We'll delve into how these sounds can be perceived as signs from your angels or spirit guides, signaling a shift in your vibrational state and often accompanying the development of psychic and spiritual abilities. Many of us experience these frequencies without fully grasping their spiritual implications. They might appear sporadically, during meditation, throughout the day, or even at night, leading us to question their significance. Stay tuned as we uncover the 12 outstanding spiritual meanings behind this phenomenon, guiding you to a deeper understanding of these mystical experiences. Number 1. Good fortune is coming your way. If you are experiencing a high-pitched ringing sound in your left ear, this is a sign that you are going through a growth period in your life and good fortune is coming your way. A high-pitched, quick ringing in the left ear often will sound like a celebration, and it is. There are strong positive vibrations coming your way, and everything that you have been working towards will manifest. Positive change is coming, and be proud of yourself and who you are. The universe wants you to know that you are on the right track and to never forget to celebrate yourself and give yourself the love that you deserve. Number 2, you are about to experience a spiritual awakening. There is an additional meaning behind ear ringing, especially in the left ear, which is deeply connected to the teachings of Dolores Cannon. This sensation suggests you are on the brink of a profound spiritual awakening. If you've been earnestly engaged in spiritual practices or seeking deeper existential insights, this type of ear ringing could be a sign that significant spiritual developments are on the horizon. The left ear, traditionally linked with femininity, receptiveness, and intuition, acts as a channel for spiritual messages during these moments. According to Dolores Cannon's teachings, such awakenings often follow physical and metaphysical signs, and ear ringing is one of them. This sensation might indicate that your energy field is undergoing shifts, aligning you with higher vibrational frequencies essential for spiritual awakening. It signifies that you are becoming more receptive to guidance from higher realms or your higher self, aligning with Cannon's views on spiritual guidance and readiness to receive deeper wisdom. As you embrace this transformational phase, remember to balance your spiritual pursuits with mindfulness and self-care. While being aware of the spiritual implications of ear ringing, also ensure there are no medical issues at play. This period of awakening is a significant milestone in your spiritual journey, filled with learning, transformation, and profound insights. Stay open and receptive to the lessons and messages it brings. Number 3, connection with angels. A spiritual meaning of ringing of ears that is pretty common is that it is because you are connecting with your angels or spirit guides. A ringing in the ears reflects a higher frequency level coming through, and this may be because your angels are attempting to contact you. If you experience short, loud, and high-pitched ringing in your ears, this is often your angels telling you to pay attention. If you think your angels are trying to connect with you, look out for numbers. If they are wanting to send you a message, they will put specific numbers in the physical world for you to see and notice. If you are seeing a certain number over and over again, your angels are trying to tell you something. We have guides for a load of different numbers and what they mean in numerology. Using these guides can help you understand what your angels are trying to tell you. Number 4, spiritual imbalance. Dolores Cannon, a pioneer in understanding the deeper aspects of our soul and consciousness, often emphasized the necessity of maintaining a balance between our material life and spiritual growth. She believed that our soul sends us signals when we stray too far from our spiritual path, and ear ringing can be one of these signals. When you're overly engrossed in the material aspects of life, such as work, material possessions, and physical pleasures, you might lose touch with your spiritual self. This disconnection can lead to a feeling of emptiness and an inner longing for something more profound. The ringing in your left ear is a gentle reminder from the universe, urging you to realign with your spiritual essence. The ringing in your left ear, in this context, is a call to action. It's urging you to pay attention to your inner world and to rekindle your connection with the universe. It's an invitation to explore your inner depths, to discover the richness of your spiritual identity, and to find harmony between your earthly existence and your soul's purpose. Number 5. A shift in vibrational states into perceiving higher vibrations. A major spiritual meaning of ringing of ears is that it is your psyche perceiving higher vibrations and shifting to new spiritual realms. If you are experiencing a high-pitched ringing in your ears when you are meditating, this is most likely your psychic abilities and connection with the spiritual realms is developing and growing. You are receiving knowledge and information about higher etheric realms and connecting with the universe on a whole new level. It is also caused by your chakras being connected and opening up. Opening up your chakras and keeping them balanced means that you have a stronger connection to the spiritual world. If you are experiencing a high-pitched ringing in your ears, you also feel pressure on your third eye. Your third eye is the gateway between your mind and the spiritual world, and as you are connecting to these higher realms, your third eye will start awakening. Embrace this journey and all the amazing things that you will experience when connecting to new planes of existence. Number 6. You have a big decision to make. If you have a big decision to make, you may experience a persistent buzzing in your left ear, and this is likely to be a message that you need to take time to consider things carefully and make the right choice, since your decision will have serious repercussions down the line. The left ear, traditionally associated with intuition and internal guidance, becomes an instrument through which the universe communicates the need for deeper contemplation. This buzzing is not just a random occurrence, but a sign that the decisions you're about to make will have far-reaching consequences. It's an urging from the spiritual realm to slow down, to not rush into conclusions or actions. In moments like these, it's crucial to retreat into a space of deep thought and reflection. It's a time to disconnect from the noise of the external world and tune into your inner voice. This is the universe's way of telling you that your intuitive wisdom holds the key to the choices you need to make. So how do you navigate this? First, give yourself permission to take a step back from the immediacy of the decision. Engage in practices that calm the mind and open the heart. Meditation, nature walks, journaling, or even quiet contemplation can be powerful tools. These practices not only clear your mind, but also align you with your higher self, the part of you that knows what's best for your soul's journey. Remember, this buzzing in your left ear is a reminder that you have the wisdom and insight to make the right choices. It's an encouragement to trust in your own instincts and intuition. The universe is nudging you to listen to the subtle whispers of your soul, for it knows the path that will lead you to your highest good. Number 7. It often represents negative energy in the physical world. Similar to hearing a low-pitched ringing in your right ear, hearing it in your left ear also serves as a warning. However, it is not about a psychic attack or higher negative energy. It is about the negative energy that might be around you in the physical world right now. A low-pitched ringing suggests that there is an imbalance in the energy around you, be it your home or your workspace. This may be caused by the people around you or be caused by material objects. Clutter can often cause negative energy in your physical space, and therefore cause a low-pitched ringing in your left ear. Decluttering will relieve some of this stress, creating positive energy in the physical world. Number 8. Warning about negative gossip. This phenomenon is more than just an old wives' tale, it's a spiritual alert. The left ear, in many spiritual traditions, is associated with receiving intuitive messages and warnings. When you experience this kind of ringing, it's as if the universe is tapping you on the shoulder, urging you to be more observant and cautious about the people in your life. The key here is to approach this situation with a balance of wisdom and intuition. It's not about becoming paranoid or distrustful of everyone around you. Rather, it's an invitation to sharpen your discernment. Pay attention to the subtle cues in your interactions. Are there inconsistencies in what people say to you and what you hear about them saying to others? Do you feel a sense of discomfort or unease around certain individuals, perhaps without a clear reason why? Dolores Cannon, known for her deep exploration into the metaphysical aspects of our existence, taught that our external experiences often mirror our internal states. She believed that the universe communicates with us through various signs, helping us to understand spiritual landscapes. Thus, when you experience ringing in your left ear, it's not just a superficial warning about others' words, but also a cue to look inward. According to Cannon, such experiences call for introspection and self-reflection. Why might you be attracting such situations? Is there something within your own vibration or consciousness that's manifesting in the form of these external challenges? Cannon's approach would be to use this opportunity to explore any underlying beliefs or emotions that might be resonating with the energy of gossip or betrayal. This ringing in your ear is a prompt from the universe to heighten your awareness, not just about others, but also about yourself. It's an invitation to delve into the depths of your own psyche, to heal, and to elevate your vibrational frequency. The aim is to reach a state where you're aligned with energies that resonate with love, truth, and authenticity, effectively transcending the lower vibrations of deceit and falsehood. Number 9, electronic interference. Sometimes we will get ringing in our ears because of a sensitivity to electronic interference. If you experience ringing in your ears after using gadgets or looking at screens, electronic interference may be the cause. If you think that this is why you are hearing a ringing sound in your ears, try and reduce your contact with electronics. Make sure you give yourself enough time to sit quietly and meditate. Stay away from devices. Spending time in nature can also be a great way to relieve some of the stress from electronic interference. Of course, we cannot avoid electronics completely, but thankfully there are so many great crystals for protection against electronic interference. I recommend the black agate crystal. These crystals cleanse the space you are in and provide protection for interfering energies. Number 10. Kundalini awakening causes high-frequency sound in the ear. Kundalini refers to the energy of life. It is a forceful and feminine energy and sits at the bottom of your spine. Kundalini activates and works with the chakras as it unravels along your spine, awaking you to new thoughts and ideas. A Kundalini. Awakening is an emotional time, with old habits and experiences re-emerging in your life. Energy and emotions that you have been hiding from come into play and you wake up to your present, past and future. This awakening can be traumatic, but it serves a purpose. You become deeply aware of the spiritual world and your place in the universe. There are also physical symptoms of a Kundalini awakening, and one is the ringing of your ears. This is the energy rushing through your body. If you are experiencing ringing in the ears, take a deeper look into Kundalini awakenings and if this might be happening to you. Also, third eye awakening is associated with the ringing in your ears. A high-pitched ringing in your right ear is strongly linked to the third eye opening. The third eye receives messages from other worlds and higher realms of existence. It is the connection between you and the spiritual world. Many people live their lives with an unopened third eye, but some people find their third eye opening by itself. It can also be opened by meditation and practice, but be aware of the risks of opening up your third eye. If you are experiencing a high-pitched ringing in your right ear, be open to your third eye and what it can teach you. Number 11. It might be a psychic attack. If you are hearing a low frequency ringing in your right ear, the spirits are trying to warn you that there may be a psychic attack being directed to you. A psychic attack means that somebody is thinking bad things about you and is sending negative energy your way. This may be in the form of casting spells or black magic. If you are suffering from this ringing, think about anybody that might be annoyed at you and try and connect with them. Life is too short to hold grudges, and spreading positive energy to those that might not like you can only do good. But don't get too hung up on a person sending you a psychic attack. They might just be a negative person. Learn how to move on from it by using cleansing tools and spiritual development. Number 12. Clairaudience. You probably have heard of clairvoyance before, which is the ability to see and feel spirits. But did you know that there is such a thing called clairaudience? Clairaudience is the psychic ability to receive information from higher realms in the form of noise and hearing. People with clairaudience will often hear messages from angels and spirits. They will often have a huge connection with music and might even have a music-oriented career. Another common sign of clairaudience is having a ringing in the ears. A ringing or a high-pitched sign that comes and goes quickly is a sign of clairaudience abilities. If you are experiencing ringing in the ears and relate to the other signs of clairaudience, you might possess the psychic ability. If you do, you will be able to develop your skills by meditation. You may learn wonderful things about the universe this way. Now, you may wonder, is there a distinct interpretation for ear ringing on different sides? In spiritual terms, the left ear's ringing is typically linked to earthly physical world messages. It mirrors both your personal energy and the energies of those around you and your environment. Should you notice a ringing in your left ear, it's a prompt to observe your surroundings and the individuals in your life. High-pitched ringing in this ear often heralds incoming good fortune. On the other hand, a low-pitched sound can indicate the presence of negative energy in your immediate environment. Conversely, ringing in the right ear is perceived as communication from cosmic realms or higher spiritual entities. It often signifies receiving messages from angels or spiritual guides, suggesting an expansion of your psychic faculties and a deeper cosmic connection. Contrary to some superstitions that associate ear ringing with ominous signs, it's important to remember that it's typically a reflection of the energies around you and not a predictor of misfortune. It can, however, serve as a caution about your current circumstances. If you hear ringing in your ears, first rule out any medical causes. If it's not medically related, then the ringing likely has a spiritual basis. Pay close attention to the pitch and the side of the ear affected to interpret its spiritual significance. Such ringing often indicates a phase of spiritual growth or an awakening, urging you to possibly focus on your spiritual path and perhaps open your third eye. If it's a signal of negative energies, be more observant of your surroundings and the people in it to identify the source of the issue. As we conclude our exploration into the spiritual meanings of ear ringing, remember that this phenomenon, often considered mysterious, can be a powerful messenger guiding you on your spiritual journey. Whether it's a call to embrace good fortune, a signal for a deep spiritual awakening, a connection with the angelic realm, or a prompt to balance your material and spiritual life, each ringing tone carries its own unique message.
Feels like you've been here before. Echoes from years ago. Trying to break the patterns to find peace of mind and create a new life. You can't stay. You're on your way to better days. You're breaking away taking time to heal your wounds. In your mind, flowers start to bloom. There is beauty in owning your past. You are free, make the good times last. You can't stay. You're on your way to better days. You're breaking away. This is your new beginning. Walk through the door and keep on living. Now you can shout, you can cry, sing it out and say goodbye to days before that left you spinning. Yeah, this is your new beginning. Be kind to yourself when you fall back. You are not lost, you are right on track. There's a whole world out there, many roads to be traveled. Take a chance and dare. Yeah, this is your revival. This is your